What if I told you there's one thing that you already do, but you could just do a little bit more, and you would have a greater ability to pay attention every day? Your mood would be improved. You would be able to see things more clearly, and also you'd be able to maintain a healthier body weight without so much stress. You would also reduce your risk of coronary heart disease, diabetes, strokes, even types of cancer. And not only that, but you'll be able to emotionally process better. So you're less in your head every day, and you'll be able to store things in memory so you can retain more information. And also, you'd be more creative because you'd be able to make associations between things that you've experienced that day. As you've probably guessed from the intro, I am talking about sleep. And if we're healthy, we get about 8 hours a night, or we spend a third of our lives sleeping. Um, we don't do that. At least I don't, and I think I can speak for most people. About 40% of Americans are chronically sleep deprived, getting under 7 hours a night, and 23% of Britons are sleep exhausted, getting under 5 hours of sleep a night. Now, there are two stages, or two significant stages of sleep. There's REM and NREM, or non-REM. REM stands for rapid eye movement, and it's when our brain activity is similar to that of when we're awake. And we do a lot of emotional processing at this time. We are going over the information of the day, storing things, committing things to longer term memory, making associations, emotionally processing things, and it's where we're vividly dreaming. Now, non REM sleep is when we're deeper, and this is when the body is repairing itself and developing muscle and bone growth. There is brain development in both types of sleep, but essentially, if you're sleeping less, you're getting less of both. So it's best to sleep longer, but not too long, because that can also have negative impacts on your health. Now, can you remember the last time you awoke truly well rested? Like you awoke and you felt really ready to attack the day and just sink your teeth into everything you've got on. I really can't remember the last time that happened to me, and I miss that and I crave that. And there are a lot of things that go into it, not just sleep, but sleep is fundamental to that feeling. There are strong links between sleep deprivation and the symptoms of ADHD. A lot of people might get misdiagnosed, one or the other, because the symptoms are so similar. And it seems our economy depends on sleep deprived people to help it run and grow, because I'm pretty sure if we were getting 8 hours of sleep, all of us getting 8 hours sleep a night, our economy would look a little bit different. There are a lot of parallels between ADHD and sleep deprivation, and therefore a lot of people can be misdiagnosed a sleep disorder or ADHD when it could be the other way around. Also, it feels like our economy is to some extent ran, or at least it's dependent on sleep deprived people. This isn't just to do with the workload, people working longer and with more stress, but also due to the nature of the economy, the nature of consumer goods. Now, when we're really tired, our sympathetic nervous system sparks up. So we're in a state of emergency. Our body is preparing itself for something urgent, even if there is no direct threat. However, we experience stress and anxiety in response to being sleep deprived, and we're looking for ways to calm ourselves down. Now, if you go into a city or a town or just a shop, you will be bombarded with advertising, things you should do, things you should watch, things you should eat. Now, these things aren't the healthiest of things, and they can negatively affect our bodies, especially over the long term. So, just through not sleeping, you're more likely to make decisions that negatively impact your health and are likely misaligned with your values. Also, when we're underslept, we normalize things that should be flagged up. Things such as impatience, irritability, just impulsivity, overreacting in general. And when we're underslept, we see these things as normal, not only in ourselves, but in the world around us. Try getting some good rest and then seeing just how crazy people really are, or can seem to be because of their being underslept too. Now, a quick fix to sleep deprivation might be pills, drugs, right? Not necessarily. Chemically inducing sleep or longer sleep affects our hormones, our body chemistry, and this can affect how beneficial sleep is for us. We can not have such satisfying REM, so our dreams and our ability to store things in long term memory and emotionally process can be affected. Also, our ability to develop our brains and emotionally process things, emotionally regulate, which is part of sleep, can also be hindered. So instead of just jumping on the drugs, I really do recommend developing some daily habits so you can start getting better sleep. Now, what do those habits look like? They can range from person to person, of course, and you need to just do what's right for you and just invite these little rituals one at a time as and when you feel right. Now, there are some very basic ways to improve your sleep. One of these ways is just to leave your phone in another room, get an alarm clock, and use that to wake yourself up instead. Now, when we look at a screen, it suppresses the release of melatonin, which tells us it's time for bed. So if you're in front of a screen just before you go to bed, or even like 2 hours before, you're going to suppress that melatonin release. So it's less likely that you're going to be sleepy, but your sleep's still going to be massively affected by this. So about 2 hours before you go to bed, try not to use the screen at all, especially when you're in bed. Just do not use your phone or a laptop or watch TV. Just really try to keep away from screens, ideally 2 hours before bed. Another thing you can do is take a long hot shower to really calm your body down, to kick in the parasympathetic nervous system, which is about relaxing us and not being in this sort of a emergency state. You also don't want to be too sort of hydrated or overhydrated before bed, but you also don't want to be dehydrated. So have a glass of water, but just don't down a whole litre bottle, because you might wake in the night then needing the toilet, which is obviously interruptive to your sleep. Also, try reading before bed. A lot of people don't like reading in bed, but if you want, you can. You're still having the effect of calming your brain down, focusing on something, tiring yourself out. However, maybe you want to read at a desk or something, but just try not to read on an electric device, such as a phone or a tablet. Kindles are okay, because you can do them in like a no light mode if you get like a paper white. But anyway, ideally, get a book and read for a bit. You can also do a evening ritual. Maybe you want to do 15 minutes of yoga, a little meditation, and then go for a hot shower and then read. Just form something which is relaxing, which soothes you, and then just slip into bed when you're tired, and hopefully you'll fall asleep really quickly. So to sum, you probably need more sleep. Try getting 8 hours a night of good quality sleep. Use earplugs, get a shutter over your windows or some thick blind. Um, just really try to make an environment conducive to deep sleep. Leave your phone in another room. Don't eat too much before bed. Don't drink too much, but drink something before you go to sleep. Try to let your brain relax and wind down as well. Sleep is really, really important to the longevity of us, of you, and of a happier, more fulfilling life. As I say, it improves our ability to focus, improves our ability to perceive things more clearly, reduces our risk of different cancers and heart disease and diabetes and strokes. It's all around a fantastic thing, and you don't really have to try too hard. And after you've done it, if you've done it for long enough, you'll wake up feeling much better, ready to start the day, ready to attack your goals and live in more alignment with your values. These are all pretty great things, if you ask me. So really try to focus on getting some good rest this week and then thereon. And thank you very much. See you in the next video.